What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy P. Skip. Welcome to the best half hour of your entire Tuesday. You know what time it is. It's time to get into his course. My squad with me, T-Mac.
Hola.
Chili Will.
Gracias, amigo.
Let's do this. All right, 2 Corinthians 12, 8 through 10. And the New Living Translation says this. 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time he said, my grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. So now I am glad to boast about my weakness so that the power of Christ can work through me. That's why I take pleasure in my weakness and in the insults and hardships and persecutions and troubles that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong. And I said that because this is the great exchange, our weakness for Christ's strength. And we are in NBA trade deadline time, and there is some weaknesses being traded for strengths during this time. You know, the biggest notable trade is Victor Oladipo going to Miami from Houston for Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk. That is what the biggest trade is out there. But there are so many trades and exchanges that are going on in the NBA that, you know, this has to be, to me, one of the most busiest trade seasons I've seen in a long time in the NBA. I mean, you got...
I've never seen one this busy. I've never seen one in my whole life this busy.
Yeah, me. How about you, Tim?
No, man, it's been quite furious, you know, the horse trading, if you will. The thing about it is, though, man, I don't know that any team has gotten, you know, marginally better. You know, the biggest surprise for me is the Lou Williams getting shipped out of the Clippers, man. You know, so it's been a lot of movement.
To get Rondo back.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any game changers though, from what I can see thus far.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a couple of things. Number one, the reason why this trade season was so intense. I mean, really, it was a nuclear arms race, but that's because the king, LeBron James, is the United States. Everybody trying to do what they can to take down the king. So they teaming up, loking up, scheming, plotting, sending all kind of nuclear arsenals around to try to get at the king. And the king taking a little break right now saying, with me and the brow come back, all that y'all did is gonna be for naught.
Right. It's going to be a wrap. And to that point, well, I think that's excellent. I mean, going back to even when the 73 win Golden State, you know, Warriors, you know, came into the postseason riding high and mighty, you know, looking like, you know, a great squad. People sometimes forget that, hey, had LeBron not been down 2 All-Stars going into that first championship series that they lost, you know, in 6 games, they could have probably beat Golden State and repeated the second year.
They would have beat Golden State. They would have beat Golden State.
So after that historic team goes into the playoffs looking invincible. I think the Bucks gave them their first loss of the season that year, by the way. Way to go, Bucks. They came back down from 1-3 down and won the championship. LeBron fulfilled his promise to the city of Cleveland, to the state of Ohio, gave, you know, Dan Gilbert, you know, some, hey man, shut up, I'm still great. Afterwards, Golden State, coming off the most wins in NBA history, felt they needed to go ahead and load up and get this nuclear arm, this atomic bomb, if you will, in all for the distinct purpose of stopping King James, LeBron James. And since that time, every other team, they don't want to give him his props out in the open, but we can tell by their X's and O's and their strategic planning in team building that it's all designed to stop that one man. And that's really what it is a tribute to LeBron James, and all the haters can say what they want, I don't know of any other modern day players that the entire league, even the elite teams, try to build their team around, not just to beat his team, but to beat him, because whatever team he's on immediately becomes a championship contender.
Well, I'll say this too. LeBron James is often compared to his airness, who won 6 championships. He would not have won 6 championships in this day and age because Isaiah and Bird and Magic and Keem all would have been on the same team,
Right.
gunning for Jordan.
Correct.
But back then, they didn't. Back then they didn't have
Teaming up stuff.
Right. They didn't have an AAU mentality. They had pride. Everybody, kind of kept their team together and just went through their licks and came out fighting. But Jordan wouldn't have won 6 championships if Bird and Isaiah and them all and Keem them all would have got on the mailman all got on the same team. And that's what they're doing to LeBron. All of this is a tribute to his greatness.
Agreed, man.
But it's also attributed to him doing it.
Yeah.
He started all this.
Yeah.
He started all of it. He's like, listen, I'm finna go down to Miami, hook up with my boys because Cleveland sucks. Let's just call it what it is. He's like, I have no help here. And Dan Gilbert don't look like he's gonna get me no help here. So I'm gonna go down to Miami. I'm gonna go be a disciple. I'm gonna go learn under the great D Wade how to win championships. Now that I've learned how to win this, now I can go back and I can be like a camel and take what I've learned in this desert back home and make my city an oasis of championships. And that's what he did. And so
that's what he did.
And so the reality of it is everybody's looking at, oh, that's how you win championships? We just can't have 1 superstar or 2? We got to go get 3? Let's 4.
Yeah, I think the difference there, though, I think LeBron, a couple things. I don't know that he necessarily had to learn from Dwayne Wade how to win a championship, because in his 4th year or so with Cleveland, he took that scrubby team to the finals. So I think he went there more from the standpoint, I just need some more help. My guy is there, and Miami is a prettier town, particularly in the wintertime, than Cleveland. So instead of Dwayne Wade coming to me and then Chris Bosh coming from Canada, why don't we just go down to South Beach? We'll be able to play our game, and we'll have 85 degrees and other stuff as well that we ain't gonna mention on this gospel show. But I think I think that for him, it was just the talent piece, because Dwayne Wade, to me, has never been better than LeBron, and they had a friendship. And I think the only reason why they lost to Dallas that first year was LeBron was deferring. He's like, you my guy, I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming in taking over, but I'm the coldest one here. Because I'm cool like that, I'll let this kind of be your thing, because you got people kind of gassing you like you own Miami and all that kind of stuff. I'm here now. I'm the bomb. And after that first year that they tricked against Dallas, and everybody was like, how y'all do that? Dwayne Wade came to the realization of, you know what? I might have been a little bit clingy to this or whatever. Let me go ahead and defer to my guy, because he really is the man, and I can be his Robin willfully. I should have been that from the jump, because of our relationship, because of our friendship, because of the agreement, quote unquote, that we had for us to come together in this town because of the accoutrements of Miami. But some ego stuff got in there, and after he relinquished that, he went, LeBron, go ahead and do your thing. I'll just get in where I fit in, following your lead as the Pied Piper. Because I don't know if Dwayne Wade could have took a team like LeBron did to the final. So LeBron has been the bomb since he's been there. His opening game, he had 25-9 as a rookie coming out of high school. Now, I've seen some bad high school cats, both in my state and from other places. I don't know of any that I've seen with my own eyes that could go from a high school court to the NBA and drop 25 on grown men and have like 9 rebounds, 9 assists in the opener, and been the bomb ever since, following the pressure of being called the chosen one on the cover of a Sports Illustrated magazine, maybe his junior year.
You know what's crazy is he lived up to and beyond all expectations.
Yes, sir.
I mean, up
Yes,
to
he
and
did.
beyond.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
he did.
We're
Yes,
in
he
an
did.
era.
And yes, he is.
Yeah, amen and amen. In an
Right.
era where we've seen plenty folks crash and burn. Remember Felipe Lopez?
You're
That was
right.
the next best thing. Lenny Cook, the next best thing.
Right.
Milt Wagner's son, Dwan Wagner. I mean,
Right.
a lot of cats that have been given the mantle, so to speak, crashed and burned. Hey, LeBron not only didn't crash and burn, he lived up and exceeded expectations. Dude,
Let me ask this question. You know, just knowing how calculated LeBron is, because he's a very calculated individual. Would you all agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's strategic and calculated. Do you think he left Cleveland to go to Miami because he knew they would get some lottery picks because of their team would get some, you know, first round picks, they get some lottery picks. So in turn, I can come back to a team with some more buckshot in the arsenal after I leave Miami, because my goal is always from day one to win a championship here. But do you think that's part of why he left? Like, I got to leave because we ain't going to get no help, no draft choices, and nobody seems to want to come here just because it's Cleveland. But if I leave, some draft choices will come here. We'll get some picks because I'm good enough that we go into the finals every year from the East, and we ain't going to get no choices. So if I leave, y'all get, because what did they get? Number one, like 2 or 3 years in a row? 2 years in a row?
2 years in a row.
But outside of Kyrie Irving, I don't know.
The other cat was just garbage.
Yeah, and whatever dude's name, we don't even know his name no more. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was only in the league for like 3 years.
I don't know that LeBron. He's a calculated guy, and I think maybe even since that time on, he's probably become even more calculated. I don't know if I can co-sign on the theory that when he left Cleveland, his game plan was for them to do what they needed to do through the draft, get some more, arsenal, get some more firepower, you know what I'm saying, in their sleeve for him to then come back. I think it was, hey, Dan Gilbert, for me to keep from choking you out, this has become personal. When I left, you're burning my jerseys and effigy and all this kind of stuff. You're writing open letters to the nation, all but calling me the N-word. And I ain't going back. I think that more so, I think the theory is being in Miami and all of what Miami is. He's a family guy. Wifey might have even been saying, hey, bro, we might need to make some changes because it's a little bit too much going on here. There was some level of a softening of, you know what? I always wanted to accomplish, something in Cleveland. Now that I got the monkey off my back, got some championships, I got some hardware, the pressure of having to win is off me. Now I can get into some of what I desire to do, which is to win one in Cleveland. Now that Dan Gilbert cat is still there, so I didn't know if I would ever come back so long as he was there. But I got cousins, I got family, I got auntie, you know what I'm saying? My high school gym teacher, all them cats is still back in Cleveland or in Ohio. You know what would be great? A storybook ending if I could go back there and actually pull one off. I've been a little Kyrie Irving kid. He could give me maybe a little bit of help that I needed. I did take that team to the finals without nowhere near what kind of help I might have now. So let me go ahead and give it a shot. But first, I got to just clear the air with this Dan Gilbert dude because that's personal beyond basketball. This is grown man to grown man.
Here's the other piece he had to deal with too, just to add to that.
Mm-hmm.
One of my teammates was sleeping with my mom's.
That's Delonte West. Exactly.
Hey, look.
So I think of it last 10 seconds. Less than seconds. So he went back, and I think it was more so to say, you know what? I can overcome all of this. No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Right.
Kind of a thing, more so than, hey, these jokers got loaded up. That's my thoughts. Go ahead, Will.
Hey, first of all, the Delonte West thing is alleged, okay?
Right.
There's no witnesses. I know you guys and myself are very worldly guys, but none of us was in the room.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's a big alleged, though.
Alleged.
Hey, when
alleged.
ESPN is saying it, CNN is saying it, Fox Sports News is saying it.
Hey, they wasn't in the room either. So I need some eyewitnesses, like Tim said earlier. I need to see with my own eyes. But anyway, this is the issue that I have with LeBron James presently. He has no motivation. The Lakers wanted to become the city of champions again. He went back and got them a championship. Yes, he went to Cleveland. They hadn't had a championship in Ohio in 106 years. He went and got them a championship. He went down to Miami and teamed up and got that championship. He done did everything. I don't even know what else LeBron James could do successfully. I mean, right now, the only thing he can do is fail because he's done everything. I don't know what motivates him. How is he motivated to keep playing at this level? His play is rising every time I see him. And this the deep part. All of these people done went and they done got their cousins and their brother and they in caves and they scheming. We gonna catch him coming out the bar. We gonna see him going across the street. We gonna get him. They doing all that stuff, but what they really don't understand, LeBron has another gear that none of them can get to. And he ain't even unleashed that on them yet.
Yeah. To that point, Will, one of the, some of the gaudy, almost video game stats he's put up, even though he's maybe, 1-3 against the Golden State Warriors in championship series, his stats, I mean, one of the series, he averaged a triple-double for the series. Another one of the series, he led both teams in points, rebounds, steals, assists, and blocks. In another one of the series, he averaged like 38 points, 13 boards, and 8 assists. Those were in losing series. So that other gear you're talking about is real. In that game where J.R. Smith in game 1, when they were coming and they had a chance to steal game 1 in Golden State, LeBron put up 51 points against the number 1 or number 2 defensive team in the league, and he did it on the road. Put his team in position to win. George missed the free throw. J.R. Smith, I don't know if he was buzzing, he was high or what. He get the rebound for the putback.
That joke was higher than elephant booty.
Giraffe booty. He takes the ball, and instead of putting it back up for the win, he dribbles back out to run out. Like, bro, we don't have to lead yet. So to your point, Will, LeBron has done all that he has needed to do to cement his place on the Mount Rushmore of basketball and to make his case for whatever you want the top dog to be just by his body of work. Not to mention his late game heroics. I think he's also hit more game winners in the playoffs in the fourth quarter than any other player too, but he often gets mislabeled as he ain't clutch. Go ahead, Patrick Skip.
I think LeBron has his own Mount Rushmore that he's trying to put together. And I think, one, there's 2 people he wants to get more championships to shut everything up. Kobe and Jordan. I think that's his motivation right now. Because right now he's got to get 1 more and he's tied with Kobe, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
He's got to get 3 more and he beats Jordan. Correct. And I think that's what his motivation is. I just got to get 3 more championships. Then that shuts everybody up. Okay. Well, he ain't beat Jordan in championships. Yes, I have.
Well, that's what they used to say about Jordan and Magic until Jordan got his 6 championships. Everybody used to they would say, well, Jordan better than Magic. And they say, well, Magic got more championships. And that just, shut everything down. So Jordan was motivated to go get more championships than Magic. So people couldn't have that argument. You might be correct, Pastor Skip, about LeBron James, but this is what I know. You guys, y'all deal with life every day. We deal with pressures. We deal with decision-making, family members, death, income, debt, all of that every day. And it's tough. And we just doing it as thousandaires. We're doing it as thousandaires.
Come on
now. This
man
is a billionaire. I mean, close to a billionaire. How's he handling all this, dealing with family and wife and relatives and businesses? And I mean, I'm just amazed at how cool and calm he stays all the time. And then he get on the court and now his three-point range is falling now. Yes. I don't know what they're going to do about this man. This man is just really done trumped the game.
I'm gonna tell you something, Will, and you probably noticed towards the end of your season when I was playing in that PAL league. Now you came and seen me play in that PAL league that I was in. You've seen a game or two. I was, regular season. I would tell coach, listen, do I got to come to these games? Do I have to come? I didn't even want to go to the regular season game.
Practice. That's past the
right.
Henderson.
I'm like, listen, I don't care nothing about these regulars. Let me know when the playoffs come. I'll play the first 2 games to make sure I'm eligible to play in the playoffs. And then after that, y'all do, and it don't matter what seed we get because we gonna win it. And I think that's the way, I feel like that's where LeBron is. These regular season games, I'm kind of going through the motions with this. I don't kick in until it's playoffs when this is when the money counts, because this is the real season I care about. This is what's going to make me this legend. That other stuff, because we done seen what the Bucks have done with having the best record and done nothing in the playoffs. They done did that 2 years in a row, and it's proven. We done seen Golden State have the best record in the world and not win a championship. I don't care about the record during the regular season. What I care about is I got to win these championships. And I think that's part of where LeBron is because, he didn't got this injury. And I don't know if it's as severe as it is, but I do believe he's like, listen, I'm taking as much time as I want to during this because we may all end up in the bubble again anyway. So then nobody has home court advantage. And then that's when we do what we do and I do what I do. I just want to be ready for that season. Because this season right here is for you cats to learn the system, for you cats to learn where you fit. It's for you cats to learn where your shots are, the shots you can and cannot take. It's where you can learn your rhythm. I'm going to have my rhythm. AD going to have his rhythm. I just need y'all to be ready.
I think that he was really wanted to get that MVP at his age. And I think he was
right with that one too.
Yeah, I think he was motivated by being the MVP at his age. I think that was kind of motivating him a lot. I would say that before he got hurt, he probably was the front runner, at least 1 or 2 in the MVP conversation. So I think that was motivating him some. He might come back and still go after that. But I just sit here and I say, I don't know what make a man like as accomplished and as financially and socially successful as LeBron James want to come to Cleveland or Memphis and play a basketball game at 100%, but yet he does it over and over and over. He never cheats the game. LeBron James plays hard every time I see him. Yeah, so I'm just amazed at the type of individual he is, let alone the type of athlete and basketball player he is.
Yeah, I would have to second that, Will. In addition to not taking any days off per se, he goes above and beyond the call of duty by spending $1 million+ on his off-season conditioning. Yeah. Most folks say, I'm not playing in the season now, I'm off season, I'm going hog wild, I'm eating me chocolate cake, I'm gonna have, ice cream sundaes, I'm going hog wild. Not him. He's still having these restrictive diets because he's that dedicated to the game and having all the accomplishments, all the accolades, all the love, all the adoration. You would think that would have gone to somebody's head, but his, as you pointed out, Will, his stature as a man is probably even more noteworthy than his stature as a basketball player, because he also put his buddies on and said, hey man, I'll go ahead and help you guys establish what your heart's desires are as well, because we're a team, so we all can live our dreams. In addition to that, I'm willing to give back, sending kids to school, helping them get education, and I won't be silent when it comes to matters of social justice, equity, and equality either.
And political.
I mean, so he's a class act. The NBA is gonna miss him when he's done playing. One other thing, though, I think that is noteworthy is that given that this is maybe his 18th year, came in as a teenager, now he's knocking on 40 years old. He's had 2 major injuries in the last 2 of 3 seasons as well. So Father Time is knocking, despite all of what he's doing as far as preventative maintenance. There's still that challenge that, hey, you have to get it while you can because there's no guarantees, and who knows how much durability he has left, given that there are a couple chinks we're starting to see in the armor with these extended missed time injuries that he suffered over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I would agree. I think there's also, and if you look at LeBron, when he goes up to dunk, before he used to be looking in the rim or looking down in it. Now he's starting to look up at the rim, when he's dunking now. But I think the other motivation, which, I think people forget, is he said, I want to play long enough to play with my son in this league. He wants to play with Bronny, or at least him and Bronny both be in the league at the same time. So that's also a motivation for him. But again, this has been just an amazing season of just seeing all of the strategic chess moves and checker moves that have happened to see if they can get a championship, because it ain't even guaranteed with nobody getting nothing. I mean, even New Jersey coming out of the East, that ain't guaranteed.
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
Okay, my bad, Brooklyn. But even that, nothing's guaranteed right now. So I love the fact that this has been one of the most uneven NBA seasons that I've seen in a while. Now, there are still certain teams I just cannot watch. Now, I'm going to just be honest. I cannot watch the Lakers and Sacramento on TV right now with LeBron and them. I'm like, well, why am I watching this? But thank God that there is some entertaining TV. Hey, I'm going to leave y'all with this note. I recently went to a Bucks game where they played Boston, and they beat Boston at home. They just lost the recent one Friday. I went to the Wednesday game. And I am pleasantly pleased with the security and how they're dealing with the mask things. Mm-hmm. They have people that they're designated to just walk up and down the aisles constantly, checking to make sure people have their mask on. And if you don't, they'll come up to you. First of all, they're carrying signs that say, please put your mask on, or they'll come to you personally and say, hey, put it on. I had an individual that was sitting maybe 6 rows in front of me. A young African-American, he's with his buddy. They came to him, hey, put your mask on. He'll put it on. The minute they leave, put it back off. Take it right back off. And he's doing it. He ain't eating. He's texting and doing this. He ain't even really watching the game. So after the 15th time, and I counted, after the 15th time, they finally said, listen, you got to go. What card did he pull out? The race card. You just doing this because I'm black. Finally, the police come, and they're like, he's trying to explain to them. They said, wait a minute. Let me help you understand something. You had your chance to explain yourself when they were here. Once we here, we ain't hearing nothing. You got to go.
We're lost in assessment.
Right. Yeah. I was so happy that they kicked him out, because you were blatantly just trying to just mess it up for everybody. So with that being said, thank you, Bucks, for doing a great job and keeping your people that are coming to watch the game safe. I so appreciate that. But we got to wrap it up. Listen, another great show. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Right here, Joy 1340 AM, 98.7 FM, Facebook, YouTube. We'll see you. Until next week. Peace.